brothers and sisters, generals, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, family. We are back. We are alive and breathing. When we are alive and breathing, it's a chance to ascend, as a lot of us say, and grow and always find a way to do better. Because when you seek to create great solutions will come. So I honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard through tooth and nail, brother and sister that were generals that cared about humanity and or culture. May they rest in peace, and in power. But their spirit is still among us, and I thank them for everything they did to get a lot of us in that great divine space that we are in. Thankful for our children, those who are alive and healthy, mothers and fathers that's out there striving and fighting against this so-called matrix. And I call down that great protection, great divine, protect the righteous. And something I gotta say, I gotta be bold. We gotta show tough love on this walk, in the mix of having a sense of humor and enjoying life. But when it's time to get real, it's time to get real. We're not serious all the time, but we always have ourselves in anticipation mode, ready for whatever may come. Person, place, thing. When you reach that heightened self-awareness, paranoia is a thing of the past. So, brothers and sisters, that's don't think they can do it. Stop whining and do better, because whining will get you nowhere. Real talk, complaining, all that shit. Now we have discussions and speak on issues, because everything begins with a thought. So we have to talk, of course, connect to someone that's somewhat intelligent, and because great minds think alike, and you connect with one another, that's brother or sister, could be younger or older, and we will come up with a solution. But like I said, we have to seek it out. There's always a way. And like I say, most of our family members who are wise and have made it through a lot of storm, or brothers and sisters in the world or online, we know we've plowed through so many hardships in our lives. Those who have had hardships, some worse than others. And we know that whining and complaining won't do a damn thing. It just drown you out. It's like a tire rotating in the mud, just spinning out. Won't go no damn where. Always be in a space of seeking solutions through the mix of any storm. One thing to keep us in our mind and keep us out of that valley, the valley of death. Death is where you have no awareness. I call it free falling. You don't give a damn about life or oneself, and you just want what you want. And you think you have those narcissistic tendencies, and it gets worse over time and grows into our adulthood. And it's sad in some cases, because all of us have a divine ability, especially melanated brothers and sisters. We've done the studying, we've done the history on different talents and magical things. I don't like that word magical, but some of our abilities are almost God sent, or are God sent. That's what we got to focus on and draw that energy from. Fuck where it come from, how we get to it. Forget what religion we are, what part of African ascent we come from. The hell with all that. Those are all distractions of that great divine. And don't make it easy for the enemy, especially the one that's within, because that's one we got to pay attention to. The enemy of hate, the enemy of drama, the enemy of jealousy, the enemy of ego, the enemy of be thinking we're entitled. That's the word I was getting ready to say a few minutes ago. That entitlement shit. None of us are entitled to a goddamn thing. Excuse my French. We got to stop that entitlement shit that gets us in trouble. And that's connected to whining and complaining. Complaining is connected to stress, because there's nothing positive about complaining. Again, we discuss things, because I'm a human being. I have things I get concerned about. I have to watch oneself. I have to watch myself. I don't get caught up in complaining and whining. We discuss things. We speak in a manner geared towards a solution, not whining and complaining and gossiping. And I have to watch that, because gossiping can be contagious, especially when we're on these jobs. You have to be very, very careful of that. But I've learned that over the years, and you don't tell everybody all your business. I'm talking about in the world, like on jobs and stuff like that. We be authentic as we possibly can, but there's a time and a place for everything. Don't get lost in whining and complaining, and pay attention. I meant to say that Stop whining, do better, and pay attention. And may that great divine protect the righteous. And the righteous is in all of us. You know, we are not born into sin. And excuse my French, that's bullshit. We're born into manipulation, maybe, but not sin. How can we be born into sin? You know, that's why I say you have to reach inside our spiritual gut, our divine spiritual gut, and dig in deep and get connected to the real God, as I always say, one that connects us to cosmic things and seeing things beyond this human body. Because I want to go beyond this human body. I want to have out of body experiences like many of us out here. My general, salute. I'm not, you know, and I'm not trying to come off like cocky or nothing, but a lot of us are at that point. We are out of the valley. We are no longer in the valley. You know, it gets to a point we get tired of telling people to wake up and the right way and the right way of thinking and things that can help us grow and do better and see things in person, place, or thing. Because when you boggle down with complaining or wrong information and you're not paying attention, you'll be swayed by anything. Don't be an open playground for the devil. Real talk. Don't be an open playground for the devil, or play mine. You know, same thing. You know, always be looking to analyze, break things down, see through the lines of things. And this could be politics. This could be movies, celebs, artists, you know, especially those that's on TV. And you get these ads. Well, I could say asses. You get these ads that's relentless, you know, and you just have to, again, I always like to use this as an example. Picture that picture of Malcolm X, that picture that's legendary, where he's sitting there with the analytical look on his face and he got his finger on his chin, that one finger, and he's just studying. That's the sign of intelligence. That's what we do. And this goes for this politics stuff. And, you know, you got to really see through it, you know, because the devil, you know, the enemy is sneaky and smart, you know, but not clever. Because as I said in the past, the enemy used the same tactics over and over and over. It's just different places and different faces. The game, how does it go? The game changes, but the players, the players change, but the game remains the same. And I actually remember hearing that quote from the brother that played, I can't remember his name. I always forget his name. The brother that played Lamont on Sanford and Son. I seen him in an interview. That's what he said. The players change, but the game remains the same. If we could just keep that in our mind and use that in our viewing of person, place, or thing, politics, celebs, artists, you know, so you got to sit back, I'm telling you, and analyze the whole freaking world. I said that in the past podcast, and really break things down. Every individual part, every detail of this whole matrix, fake ass matrix, you know. And we study every area, every part, right down to ourselves. Because we can't forget ourselves either. Because we gotta study we gotta be a student of ourselves, so we can keep ourselves straight, so we can see and don't be worrying and complaining. And we also will see that great divine does protect the righteous. Because I gave a story on the podcast I did yesterday, how I've encountered some amazing things, just unexplainable. And guess what, folks? It's not just me. A lot of us have experienced this. We got to tap into that. That's what we connect to. Just reflect and remember all the divine things that happen in our lives. We just can't explain. That's why I go back to saying we were not born in sin. Don't believe that damn lie. We were born into manipulation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we have to go deeper into that God spirit within, and not always from the Bible or a preacher, you know, because as I said, you can learn from a teacher. You only feel good from a preacher, and depending on the preacher it is, because you have some preachers that are good. But if I don't even have to do a statistic. I bet if we did a statistic, it's probably more preachers that's bad. I'm sorry. Hey, we didn't make it that way. They made it that way. Because again, we're living in an era or a time where people, not everybody's dumb. You know, we got idiots out there, but not everybody's dumb. So, and I always keep that in my mind. You know, that's why I try to, you know, stay connected to that divine force. And, you know, I call down strength from that great divine. As I said, those who pray, don't ask for a lot of things and give me this and give me that. And God is not a light switch. We got to have that God spirit in everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. You'll be surprised what will manifest and what will come, in our lives when we really develop and embody that God spirit deep within. Remember, folks, we talking about the real God, the one that stop us from manipulating the world and tricking people and being sneaky and all that. You can't get away with what's in the dark will come in the light. See, we can pull some truth from the Bible, but we got to be led by our own divine spirit within, because a lot of us have come through Christianity, but a lot of us come out of it because we seen the misconceptions and the things people are doing. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? This ain't what we supposed to be doing. When I was in Christianity, I was all in. I was like really trying to follow the word. I was really trying to be righteous and all. I was like really all in, because that's something I always been pretty disciplined. I don't like when I'm working at a job or in a facility where someone's a manager or something like that. I always respect that authority, because that's what we're supposed to do. I always been like that. I learned that from my mom and my dad too. But we don't bow down to them or kiss their ass. That's just respect. But we got to have our own divine spirit. We got to be independently deep within, have our own way of thinking, and can't be swayed by everything. Again, we don't be no open campus or no open playground for everything. We can seek to be intelligent. Then we can become intelligent and not just saying we're intelligent. So stop whining and do better and pay attention, because that great divine protect us when we don't even know it's protecting us, as well as Mother Nature. Real talk, because Mother Nature plays a very important part too, because we're out in it pretty much. 90% of our lives, we're out in nature all the time, and things protect us, so there are things in nature that protect us, like that story I told about the guy that was going to run the light when I was driving through the light, and there was a force that stopped the car. That was nature right there, mixed in with that great divine, because I was in nature, right? So we did, like I said, we just can't think things are weird, and step into that cosmic power that great divine gave us, melanated brothers and sisters. Tap into that shit. Don't let the devil make you think you're less than what you are, because that's the devil's job. Make that devil back up. Make that devil go, well, damn, I didn't know that they were that powerful. Make that devil scared of you. We got to talk to it like that. It's not this soft thing. The great divine, Mother Nature, is fierce, very, very powerful force. We got to think of it like that. We don't just go to it. When times are going good, or when times are going good, everything's kind of going smooth, and you're not, if you're in a relationship or not, and you haven't had an argument in a long time, cultivate that, those smooth times. But be ready too, at the same time. Don't get too comfortable, because that's when we get caught off guard, and that's person, place, things we see. Like I said, politics, celebs, artists. Something I learned from a great brother, Professor Griff. When we're looking at movies and politics and celebs and artists and all these things swirling around us, we look in it and not just at it. Like he said that about movies. We look, because something I noticed, and a lot of us are like this. Salute to my enlightened generals, and that's in our families too. Children, those who are enlightened and see the wool that's trying to get pulled over our eyes. Be thankful for that. If you have that third eye wide open, it's wonderful, but it can be very, 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 very challenging. I always got to put emphasis on that. It can be very challenging to get to a stable place of awareness when you just see shit. Man, just simple as that. When you just see shit, real talk. So be thankful, and that's that ancestral warrior spirit in us that refused to give up. Where do you think that come from? Our ancestors that didn't give up. Because again, as I said in the past, on a past podcast, even though we had evil entities that set things in motion for years to come, but guess what? Our ancestors who were connected to that divine force, they knew what was to come too. They know what plans they set in motion, so they set plans in motion too. Because we like I've done some research, and correct me if I'm wrong, but all this computer shit and internet stuff, it stems from us. Real talk. All these things that came out and all that, it all came from us. the all these things they put in AI. We did all these things without computers. Real talk. You just have to do research and do your studying. Or how very powerful and cosmic how some of our ancestors really was. It was a time, and just my knowing, just my opinion, I think it was times where they could move things, levitate things. I think they were that connected. But things like that are hidden. That's how deep this thing goes. I got to do a little research on myself. I don't want to get misinformation. But I think there was a time that they were that powerful, and God's voice was magnified. And it was just something about us, and it's still something about us. It just no other race could match. Real talk. So, but that's neither here nor there. But you know how history has been hidden and all that. We've done our research, but a lot of us have come out of that valley and that manipulation I said we were born into, because I don't believe that shit. We are not born into no sin. I don't even like the word belief. I've been taught by teachers about that dumbass word, because look at all the misleading and the misconceptions that's out here that's connected to that word belief. But okay, now the flip side, look at the lights of the world, brother or sister, younger or older, that know. Look at the difference. And then looking at the difference in our lives, how we look, way we live. It's a totally different thing when we know versus believe. Because when we know, there's no doubt in there. Real talk. And I'm talking righteous. I'm not talking about no cocky shit. It's just we know when we know. We know when something ain't right, whether person, place, or thing. So we better be careful of these distractions. And it's a vow I made for my great divine. I say from time to time. I said a long time ago. I call that, from that great divine. I vow to that great divine that I would never be distracted or hurt no one or anything like that. And I will remain, no matter what feelings try to enter one's psyche. Because sometimes it's a trick of, negative energy that's floating out here. But you got to be in the space to be aware of things like that. If you whining and complaining and all you care about is, oh, it was me, you're going to be stuck in that. You're going to be stuck. We have to seek to be the warriors we are. We are divinely, gifted, brothers and sisters, and some of us, we tap in and tap out. We got to stay with it. We can't straddle the fence. Once we tap into that power, we have to do things to maintain it, because, we get to a place of self-awareness. It doesn't mean everything going to be easy all the time. That's why we are students of human nature, universe, the real God, and we cling to it. I don't care how our body aches, because our, like when we lust after things, whether it's sex, money, attention, we're trying to fill a void. Our body, when we come out of it and we're not doing it anymore, our body is still going to want to feed, so we have to replace old habits with new positive habits, but we have to be strong about it. We have to say, fuck that devil. We got to be strong with it. We got to talk down to that spirit. Real talk. That's how the devil talks to us. The devil don't give a shit about our feelings and money and none of that shit. So that's how we got to look at that devil. Don't let the devil take what we have fought so hard to get to, which is a peace of mind within, or a whole mind, not a piece of mind, a whole piece of mind. Real talk. A whole, not even a piece. Like I said, take that piece out of there. We need all our mind to be focused and ready to be on board. Real talk. So again, stop whining and do better and pay attention, because that great divine is protecting us when we don't even know it. Love us through everything. Just think of the things that great divine love us for, even the times when we don't even deserve it. That force when we've seen signs. So that's no debate. All melanated brothers and sisters have had some kind of divine thing happen that you just can't explain, But some of us don't draw energy from that, don't pay attention to things like that. We just brush it off. And then some of us get astray and get manipulated into thinking something good that's bad. Again, via politics, ways of the world, the usual. But we're going to have another meditative moment, my leaders and teachers, with a student spirit. And I want to speak on how whining and complaining can stem from stress. And I've talked about stress before, and you hear me talk about stress all the time, because the stress is the root of all sickness and things that can stem from stress. Our human body wants to feed. Don't feed it, unless it's something positive, something beneficial. But don't feed it. The more you feed it, the more you indulge in devilish, demonic shit and complaining and whining. You're just going to bring your immune system down, and it's making it easier for sickness to enter. And that's actually in a definition of stress. But I'm going to read some other things in this. Let me see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, it's 8 things here that happens when we let stress enter our mind, body, and soul. And I'm gonna read these points with 8 points. I'll say 8 points. And then I've read some symptoms of stress on past podcasts, but I'll probably that'll be like a side note from from other notes I've read about stress, and I'll speak on that too. But I'm gonna read these 8 points. If you are stressed, you might feel, and this comes with complaining and worrying. Again, I have to check myself too, because the human body can easily get caught up sometimes. That's why we are students of ourselves. All right, let's go, my generals. Salute. Stress, worrying, complaining can cause irritable, angry, impatient, or wound up. It wound you up. We all can feel our blood pressure rises, which I'll touch about that. It can make our blood pressure rise and lead to a lot of other things. I'm gonna get to that. Okay, one more time. Irritable, angry, impatient, or wound up. Overburdened, you'll feel overburdened or overwhelmed, anxious, nervous, or afraid. You got to watch that fear. We got to fight that fear. We all get it, but we got to fight it. We got to reverse it like Shaka Zulu did. Take that. And I don't even think he had no fear. Real talk, to be honest. But we take that energy and we turn it into confidence and courage, because as I actually said in the movie, as I said, we look in movies and not just at it. But I'll take a quote from it. It's actually a movie Martin Lawrence played in. And he said, fear is just courage. Courage is well concealed fear. That's what courage is. So we just got to take that fear and do what we got to do and be ready for the righteous outcome or result. Okay. Anxious, nervous, or afraid. That was number 3 point. Okay. Number 4, it's like your thoughts are racing and you can't switch off. See, that's what I'm saying. We caught up in worrying and sways of the world and not thinking and analyzing. It'll have our mind all over the place and not focus. Like I said, pay attention. Unable to enjoy ourselves. We have to do things that we love so we can enjoy things, like the beauty of life, get in nature. Well, you hear a lot of us teachers talk about this. Anything that will stray us away from being in that bottomless pit of worry and depression. All right. And that was the next one. Depression. It can cause depression. The further you fall into it, the more we won't see a way out. All right. Uninterested in life. As I just said a minute ago, we won't see the beauty in life if we're trapped in our own little space. We have to seek a way out. Some of us have been through the worst, but we always found the way out, right? Reflect on that. Go with that energy. Use that. And last but not least, like you've lost your sense of humor. Never lose your sense of humor. Crack jokes every now and then. I got comedy specials on here. I made little comedy skits right here on my channel. I can be goofy. I have a goofy side. I'm not always serious. I be goofy on a job. Voices I like to do. I got I call it Redneck Bill character I like to do, and I like that voice. It's just funny. No, I ain't trying to disrespect. It's just a voice I like to do. I even had Caucasian people laugh at it, but it's just having a sense of humor and being funny. If we can't laugh at ourselves, then that's a problem. Real talk. Then you too damn serious. We have to have a sense of humor. That's why you always hear me. Excuse me, I'm rambling. That's why you always hear me say enjoy life. Every now and then I'll pop that in my speech or I'll bring it up. Like enjoy life and have fun too. That's a very important aspect of our lives. Enjoying life. Those who have jobs, when you get off, you feeling some kind of way, pop in some comedy or listen to a speaker that we know was funny. Again, like I said, I'm going to have a podcast on my favorite I would say favorite comedians or those who are funny. And that could be famous or on YouTube. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. So, cause I do that. Like I said, we have jobs. Listen to a comedian or something funny. Like these little clips I be seeing be hilarious. I've been watching this one lately. This Caucasian dude, he impersonates Eminem, and every one of them is freaking funny. I mean, it's hilarious, and this dude is dead on. He can do Eminem so freaking well, and it's funny. My favorite one is he had Eminem rapping off of country music. It was hilarious. Y'all have to see it, and it's many clips. Like, it's not just him; it's brothers and sisters. It's brothers. This is one brother I watch all the time. That's funny, and we got sisters. Then sometimes you might have couples like a brother or a sister, and they'll do funny comedy skits. Just those little 2-3 minutes little skits they show. And those are funny. They be really funny, man. And I watch stuff like that all the time because I like a good hearty laugh. And that just make us appreciative, and that's good for our vibration, and that helps with our immune system. We enjoy life. But if you are aware, you are healthy. Come on now. You have done things in the past, brother or sister. You have power through many things. So what make this time any different than now? And it starts with our family. Remember, the core is ourselves and our family. And stay focused, and do what we can to help humanity and or culture, wherever we are. Start right where we are, and think positive, even when it's not easy. As I always say, folks, being positive, it's not something, some soft thing. We be a realist too, but it's a means for creating a better life. And I wanted to speak on some other symptoms of stress that is not good. Now, I have to remember this because I had it wrote down. And I know one symptom is high blood pressure, which could stem to heartache, heart complications, maybe even a heart attack. I'm trying to remember some of the other things because it has the same symptoms as a virus. It has the same symptoms. I have to look it up and read. I had it written down, but I do have it written down. I don't know if it's in Google now, but you know how they change things around. But I did. I actually screenshotted it. And let me see. Breathing. Stress can mess with our breathing. It can give us nauseation of the stomach. It can make us feel sick. It can give us headaches, aches and pains in our body. It's another thing that can tear down our immune system. I think I spoke on that already. Stress is a big killer of our immune system because if we have bad thoughts and daunting, and we have toxic shit going on within, it's like a storm within yourself just waiting to explode, and eventually it'll come on the outside. So that's why we have to watch the things that's deep within that we think about and harbor. It's not a joke, because it's a ripple effect. You always hear me say that ripple effect. Play out things in our mind, and we do it for ourselves, not to impress someone or impress something or do it for someone. Do it for yourself. Stop whining. Stop complaining. Do better. It's in you. Many of us have been through so much shit, and look at us today. Those who are standing firm. That's family member. I'm talking about my mom, my family, a lot of us in my family. We've had our struggles. Doing good now, and thank that great divine. If you are stable, I'm not talking about being rich or having everything either. I'm talking about just a stable brother or sister, younger or older. That's a general, and standing firm and willing to go through whatever to keep yourself happy, to keep your family happy, and just want to see great things to come. And also be thankful for those we connect to that help us, whether it's physically, spiritually, or even a positive word. Because when you take energy serious, you take it to the heart. I'm talking about righteously to the heart, and we incorporate it into our lives, and we be like this soldier on the banner here. And I wouldn't advise kneeling, but that's right here on my banner is a representation of ready for war, spiritual war, or whatever war may come. That's what this represent on the banner, and showing honor to that great positive force, great divine Mother Nature, for loving us when we don't even deserve it. We love that force right back, because that great divine loves us unconditionally. It even loved those who are idiots. Real talk. But it's only so much time we have on this planet. We can say we're going to do this tomorrow and do that tomorrow. This for me too, folks. But start right now. as like Tupac used to be. I always use Tupac as an example. You know, he didn't do everything right, but I draw the good things that Tupac brought to this world. And one of his main gifts was adamant. He didn't waste time. Real talk. So I take that from him and many other great brothers and sisters that may have transitioned. May they rest in peace and in power. But I keep their spirit alive, as well as in my family. Those out throughout history that just, man, that gave a righteous impact in this world and got all these lights out here. So thankful for that. You know, be thankful for like-minded brothers and sisters. And that's younger or older now, because we got children that, man, are so freaking intelligent, man. And I witness it in my children, you know, and children I might see in the world. You know, when I used to volunteer, I haven't volunteered in a while, I admit that. But when I did, it was a wonderful experience, you know, connecting with children, you know, young brother or young sister. It's very rewarding, and adults too. Real talk. It's just wonderful. So those who are in a struggle, you're not alone, you know, and we got to get out of that space too. Like I said, woe is me, woe is me. We got to get out of that shit. It's a lot of people out here struggling. It's people that's homeless, you know, and I see it every day. I'm in the Milltown. I see it all the time, white and black. And I used to be homeless. I know what it's like. So I will always have a place in my heart for homeless people and people who are struggling. I've been there. I know what it's like to be down and out. I've been at the bottom of the barrel where I didn't have shit but me. I know what it's like. So that's why we got all these reachers and teachers out here, whether in our family, on a platform or not. Just looking to do right and live good, you know, and the great divine would take it from there. Because again, I always say, folks, it don't always have to be this deep spiritual thing. Just be the righteous brother or sister, family member, younger or older. Be the righteous general we can possibly be. And the great divine will take it from there. Because all you got to do is show a little bit of love to that positive force. And he'll show you a lot, or not he, that force will show you a lot just for even paying a little bit of attention. And then, and the reason why, when we show even a little bit of righteous love to that divine force, and this could be brother or sister, young or older, family member, the reason why it comes back tenfold, because it opens up the floodgates. You know, when you like, wow, and you see it because that force is trying to open up our eyes. That's why things come in abundance sometimes, you know, and maybe kind of overwhelm us sometimes when we do step into our blessings or blessings. You know, some people say blessings, but, you know, you come to a different state of awareness. You see blessings, you know, life becomes blissful. And I'm talking about righteous, not blissful where we're ignorant and not paying attention to things and stuff like that. We stay aware, but it comes back in abundance because that great divine tries to open up our eyes, you know, and then we start showing more love. It start opening up. Like I said, that righteous floodgates opens, and we begin to see, even when we're not around others that have that spiritual enlightenment. I don't know, somehow, some way we connect, and we can be in different parts of the world. I think it's getting like that, you know, real talk, you know, so maybe it's just me. Call me crazy, but all I know is something in us that just fires us up and motivates us righteously to keep going. And that's what those who are whining and all that, that's what you got to tap into. You know, there's always a way. If you're seeking it, it's always a way. So thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion, and salute to those who comment. Salute to the sister that visits my channel every now and then. As I said in the past, she comes from a platform, the only platform I've ever been on. And she comes from there, and some of my beginning subscribers come from that platform also. Salute that brother and everyone on there, and those who have a righteous platform and just righteous in the world, period, and family that just want to do good. Be proud, you know, that you're in a righteous space. You might not be where we want to be, but thank God we are not where we used to be. And we're talking about that righteous God, the real God, that all powerful God. Man, that put that spirit in us not to straddle the fence and deal with our shit. You know, if we do have a human error and we deal with it, be thankful if you have the skill and the willpower to deal with human errors. Because again, when you're righteous within, it would be less human errors. You know, don't feed the human flesh. I'm telling you, don't feed the beast. Those who are caught up in lusting, I'm talking about really bad. You better come up out of that shit. I'm telling you, it'll take you to a place you don't want to go. And that's really fucking with your psyche, because that's where the devil just manipulating the shit out of you. Again, lusting could be sex, could be money, could be attention, could be material status. Status and success is a state of mind. If you can get that in your soul, you'll conquer everything on the outside. But everything don't come soon, but it will come. Because when you put out greatness, when you got greatness within, it will come. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I've experienced it in my life, as I said, my family's life, real talk. And I'm glad that, my family stuck by me, in the times when I didn't deserve it. I bring that up every now and then, just like God, and Mother Nature, Mother Nature and that great divine rules over all. Care what nobody say or try to do, or what these politicians trying to run. They don't run shit but they damn mouth. Real talk. Great divine got this and got us. My warriors out there, my family, brothers and sisters, children. Great divine protects the righteous. So those who are whining, stop it. Stop it. And I've been seeing these little clips where a lot of things going on about dating. And I've seen a lot of clips where females were crying and moaning and talking about men are not paying them no mind. Okay, well, see why. And this goes for brothers too. Those who, I can't find nobody, I don't want to date this, and I ain't dating black girls no more. All this dumbass shit. Get to the core of ourselves first before we throw stones. And I heard a quote one time, and it was inspiring, and it said, don't speak on how better a man should be or a woman should be. Be a better man. Be a better woman. Be a better sister. Be a better brother. Don't talk about being a better brother. Be a better brother. Don't talk about how sisters should be. Be a better sister, because it starts with ourselves. Like Michael Jackson said, man and woman in the mirror. That's where everything begins. All this outside shit and men should do this and blah blah blah. Get to ourselves, step back, and see what's going on with ourselves first. Then we'll be able to see reasoning in others, as I learned from a great brother. So that's some of the things that was in my mind, But when we're seeking righteousness and we have come through the storm, I'm telling you, great divine will protect the righteous. So again, I say, stop whining and do better. Salute.